AITAH for walking my daughter down the aisle even though my other daughter was against it. I, 46M, have 4 kids, 3 children with my wife, and 1 daughter I never knew existed until a decade ago. 10 years ago, I received a call that changed my life. A social worker from CPS contacted me and told me the mother of a 16-year-old girl had passed away, and that the girl was mine. Until that moment, I had absolutely no idea I had another child. When I first met her, she looked exhausted, hollowed out from grief, and terrified of what was supposed to come next. We did a DNA test. It confirmed she was my daughter. There was no question in my mind. She was coming home with me. My wife protested immediately. She said bringing a teenage girl into our home would disrupt everything. I told her plainly that I was not abandoning my own child. Not to the system, not to strangers, not at the worst moment of her life. I've known people who grew up in foster care. Every one of them described it as traumatic. I wasn't doing that to my kid. The first few months were difficult. She was quiet, guarded, and constantly waiting for the rug to be pulled out from under her. She would call me by my first name, sometimes father, never dad. But little by little, she began to relax. She started smiling more. She talked to me about school, friends, and memories of her mom. About 8 months in, she called me Dad for the first time. I had already been a father for years, but hearing it from her, after everything she had been through, hit differently. My wife and other kids, though, never fully accepted her. They tolerated her at best. I was very clear. She was my daughter, and as long as I was alive, my home was her home. At 18, she moved away for college with a handful of scholarships she earned on her own merit. I hadn't been able to save as much for her compared to my other kids. 2 years isn't long to prepare. But I helped however I could. She never felt entitled to anything. She always thanked me, worked part-time at a campus coffee shop, and pushed herself hard. She graduated, became a lawyer, and now works at a major firm with an excellent salary. The moment she was financially stable, she tried to pay me back for everything. I told her absolutely not. During college, she met a young man, and last week, they got married. Before the wedding, she asked me if I would walk her down the aisle. I was honored. It felt like the culmination of every step we took toward each other over the past 10 years. But the moment my wife and other daughter heard about it, everything exploded. They insisted I shouldn't walk her down the aisle because my first daughter, the one I raised from birth, deserved to be the first I walked down a wedding aisle. They framed it as a matter of fairness and seniority. I told them it was nonsense. Both girls are my daughters, and my oldest deserved her father standing beside her on her wedding day. They pushed back harder, accusing me of choosing her over them, and tensions escalated into multiple arguments. Eventually, they even confronted my oldest daughter directly. She was hurt by their hostility and uninvited both of them. And honestly, I couldn't blame her. I went to the wedding. I walked my daughter down the aisle. I gave her away. During the reception, she dedicated part of her speech to me, about how I stepped into her life when she had no one else, how I made her feel safe again, how grateful she was to be my daughter. I cried. I didn't try to hide it. Now that the dust has settled, my wife and other daughter are furious that I attended the wedding at all. They said I betrayed them. I told them it was selfish and cruel to expect me to abandon a daughter who has no other family. They aren't speaking to me. So that's where I am now. Torn between the family I've raised and the daughter who came into my life through tragedy, yet who I have loved just the same. Was I wrong for refusing to abandon the one person who genuinely depended on me?